You can now submit your video comments through Google Drive by sharing with email hnnewsroom242@gmail.com, and we will feature it in our next video release to make sure your voice is heard. You are welcome to yet another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly, real name, Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as the R&B King. Watching some of the videos of those speaking up against the R&B King will make you realize that Robert is going to prison for only one reason, and that is loving women and leaving them with regrets. The government seems to be sending a message to all men, that they either love their woman right, or they will end up in prison for 10 to 25 years. In some of the allegations against him, you will hear statements like R. Kelly is a fun guy that everybody sees, but Robert, he is the devil that you will pretty much need to have permission from to do whatever, from eating to bathing. You will hear statements like when he was about to go there, when he is becoming abusive, his pupils would dilate and his shoulders were almost round and this and that. Statements like, I had to get out of there because I was either going to end up killing myself, or he was going to end up killing me. I remember standing on the balcony contemplating suicide, and that's when I knew I am done. Things like I was only 19 to 20 at that time and what I was dealing with then was way over my head and abusive. And comments like I worried, what if one day my daughter ended up with a man like him, and he kills her? Reflecting deeper on these statements one by one will reveal to you that R. Kelly was only human. There is no way you would blame someone for having their pupils dilate, and shoulders curve in when they are angry with you because that is a natural response. A person who studied biology should understand that when someone is angry, the body experiences hormonal changes and surely pupils must dilate, also more changes in body posture will be evident. I do not think that's unique to R. Kelly. Reflecting on R. Kelly being a fun guy in public and Robert a devil in private is also exactly what is expected of a man. There is no way to expect a man to behave the same way at home as he does when at work. Business is business and real life comes with real challenges that do not require someone to be all smiles. The real problem is when a woman falls in love with a celebrity she has seen on stage because naturally, it's the all smiles and charming aura around him she is falling in love with. There is no artist who will go on stage and behave like he would in his house. And that should be obvious. Even if he is not comfortable with what the audience does, he has to smile and sing anyway. It's therefore obvious that people will fall in love with him for that what he isn't. Sadly, when the love gets home, it's different. Every man expects their partner to behave in a certain way, and to show them some respect. This also isn't unique to R. Kelly. It's a woman's role therefore to take the relationship slow and allow time to discover who the man really is, and when she finds that he is not good enough for her, she should leave him. Not stay with him and later take to the media discussing his sex life, and what he is like to other women who may be happy with such a character anyway. Remember, one woman's meat is another woman's poison. Another tricky part of dating is that, in many cases if you are not the kind of woman that is ready to start off with a man in his bad times, when he still has to hustle for every meal and every opportunity, and you expect to find an already made well-established man who has got it all. One with the money, the fame, with mansions and cars, you more than likely will not be the most respected woman around town. You will be in a way a new threat to his finances and peace, and very likely, your life will be full of rules. Because there are certain things the man will not want you to discover about him, he may decide to give you a set of rules to follow. These will be rules like, you cannot be going to my bathroom during my working hours, knock before you enter my bedroom, do not be eating dinner before I return to the house, and if you must come to my workplace to see me, you have to wait in a room for 2 hours. And this is not necessarily the description of an abusive man, but one that is self-made and thinks you could be a gold digger, probably out to deep your hand into his bank account. It's also not uncommon in relationships where a woman finds a man already in a relationship with another woman or other women, and she is willing to be the other woman for him, to find one of the women contemplating suicide. Of course, before someone begins to think of killing themselves, they are probably going through a series of misunderstandings with their man, and are probably feeling worthless to him. If their intention was to steal the man's heart from the other women she found him with, in hope of becoming his only and it didn't happen, they will likely develop some suicidal instincts. This does not necessarily mean the man is abusive to them because, having multiple women does not tantamount to abuse, and it is not illegal in any way. It's also not proper for one to blame another for brewing thoughts in their own head. In fact, in some cultures and traditions, when someone threatens or tries to take their own life, they are punished by the community because it's considered illegal to commit suicide. I find it rather strange for one to be surprised if they find themselves in such a position, especially when they chose to become the other woman to a man they admired so much. Only the age issue can hold water when someone says, "I was below the age of consent when the man came on to me." But this must be accompanied with real proof and not only talk. When I hear statements like "I was 19 to 20, it makes me wonder what is acceptable and what is considered illegal in our country. R. Kelly's case has made me realize how dangerous it can be to leave women in regret when a relationship ends. The message from government is therefore that, if you ever wake up to a breakup with your girlfriend, ensure to retire her with a smile because the government can choose to stand with her against you and lock you up for a couple of decades. According to Harriet Wade, it turns out most of the people who are bashing R. Kelly and accusing him of this and that don't even know him. They have said so many wrong things about him like he is no good. However, someone who knows him well definitely understands that R. Kelly is a very kind man, and there are so many good things about him. Strangely though, just because many people have watched the Bias Surviving R. Kelly show, they will assume they know who he is and bash him left, right and center. According to Jacob Johnson, all the people that are bashing R. Kelly over allegations we can't even prove are simply acting childish and should stop it. What hurts is most of them are simply jealous of him because of his fame and success in the music business. What they need to know, however, is that they cannot become him no matter how much they choose to hate him. Just like Michael Jackson, R. Kelly will always be unique and irreplaceable. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say? To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.